When you're working with new equipment, you really have to work hard, I know I do, to get into the practice of using it. With my GPS, I set a waypoint, marked the car. Now, the weather's really nice, but hey, you never know. A storm could come up, things like that, a whiteout, a blizzard. And even though this is really easy to kind of navigate this terrain because it's like a long channel, in whiteout conditions, you can literally get turned around and lost. This amazing spot is called Crow Rock. Wow. Look at that. Woohoo. This is red willow. Red willow is amazing stuff. Red willow contains salicin, and it is kind of the ingredient that aspirin is made from. So if you're out in the wilderness somewhere and you've got a headache and man, you are not feeling it, you can strip some of that bark and chew it. Now, I'll tell you, it's a little bit bitter. I've tasted it in the past. But yeah, so you can find salicin in different types of willow plants. So that's really cool to know. There are a few trees in northwest Ontario that make me just go, wow. One of them is this, the red pine. The red pine just gets this beautiful red color coming out in the bark. And you look around, this forest here on the edge of the lake is just full of red pine. And they'll grow to be like over 100 feet tall and straight like an arrow. An amazing tree. Many times when I'm out on my scouts, I find the absolute most craziest things. And you guys will not, I can't even believe it. I'm like way down the lake here and I'm like, what is this? Check that out. I mean, what in the world? I saw this funny looking rock with some green and then I got closer and I'm like, what the heck? Is that a cement goose? Are you kidding me? I'm shaking my head right now. What in the world is a cement goose doing? Oh, how did it even get here? This is really crazy. Okay, we gotta dig this thing out. This is just nuts. What in the world? It looks like a duck. What in the world? Unbelievable. What the heck? It's a cement duck. I wonder if somebody had a cabin here at one time and it's long gone. Okay, we'll put this cement duck, oh my gosh, weighs like 30 pounds. We'll put him up by the tree here. And then if we're ever out and about again, we can find him. We'll lean him against the tree. There. Keep him from falling over. All right. Mr. Duck found a new home. Wow. That's just beyond bizarre. Concrete duck out in the wilderness. Man, some of these cliffs are just crazy. Well, I'm gonna drop my satchel kit and I've got to show you guys my legal wilderness carry. Now the reason I came up with this design is sometimes you are hiking in parks and things like that, and some people like, oh my gosh, look what he's carrying on his hip. Well, so I've kind of made up a wilderness scouting belt kit that is very slick and somewhat concealable. And look, I'm wearing my sweater, and you still can't even basically see what I'm wearing on my belt. Now I do have a canteen kit that could fit on this belt, but I'm not wearing it today because I'm carrying my water in my satchel. So right on my right side, you can see nice, and right next to my body is my knife, my Mora Garberg. Next to that, I have my Baco Laplander, and next to that, I have my Leatherman Super Tool. Now moving around to my left side is my hatchet, and right here I have a 6" by 1/2" fire steel and a small little tinder pouch. This is actually a surplus Chinese ammo leather pouch that I got out of China and painted it up, and it works pretty good for holding a small tinder kit. In the satchel, I'm carrying my firebox, my Pathfinder brew kit, a cooking pot, so then I had a tin of mushroom soup, my alcohol stove, stove fuel in this flask. I've got my whetstone for sharpening my hatchet and knife, some cheese, sausage, bread, and coffee. So this is an old leather tool belt that I had from like 20 years ago. I've been in the electrical trade for over 30 years. That entire cook kit and food fits really nice inside that German military surplus satchel, and it carries really great on the shoulder. In my pants pockets, I'm carrying 2 Snickers bars, my spare batteries for my headlamp and flashlight, and also for my GPS, my wallet, and my glasses in a hard case. The tints that I'm wearing right now are prescription workwear glasses. On a day like today, you have to wear sunglasses because you can quite easily get snow blindness, and that's literally from the light of the sun rays reflecting off of the snow, and they will actually cause a sunburn on the retina of your eye. One of the guys at work that happened to, and it's really painful because it feels literally like you've got sand or sandpaper stuck constantly 24/7 in your eyes. So days like today, you want to wear sunglasses, protect your eyes. If you didn't have sunglasses, you could literally take a piece of birch bark and tie it around your face and cut a couple like narrow little slits to protect your eyes. So on days like today, when it's like really bright and sunny out, you got to protect your eyes. In the pockets of my smock, I'm carrying water purification tablets, my car keys, compass, GPS and map, 2 lighters, emergency whistle and signal mirror, Swiss Army knife, 100 feet of paracord, and I have a Marpat Marine Corps surplus tarp, my binoculars, a boo-boo kit, and some wet wipes. So these items here I'm carrying in the pockets of my smock. It's important to realize that the more time you spend in the outdoors, the more comfortable that you will get in that environment, and more secure that you'll feel with the tools that you're carrying on you. You really don't need to carry a 50-pound backpack. I'm literally carrying a satchel that probably weighs about 10 pounds. Maybe I've got 3 to 5 pounds of kit, in my smock, and my belt kit maybe weighs like 5 pounds. So it's really not a lot of weight, and I'm not really having to carry a lot. Now, everything that I am carrying, should some kind of situation befall me while I was outdoors here and I couldn't make it back to my vehicle, I am perfectly equipped to spend a night out in the bush, even if the weather, say drops down to -10 or -15. I have the means to make a fire, to make shelter. And not only that, it's choosing the clothing that you're wearing. So, I've got somewhat warm mitts. These could probably get me down to -10, okay? And then it might be pushing it. But you know, I've got a toque, my smock. This is a waterproof, windproof smock from Arctis. And I just want to give a shout out to my buddy Malta Convoy. He's the one that sent me this smock. So I'm just kind of been finally getting an opportunity to test it out. And I really like it. I've had a few waterproof combat smocks, but I'm going to be wearing fleck tarn a little bit more this year. It's time for a little bit of a change. My pants are a ripstop from Helicon Tex, and I'm wearing long underwear underneath with wool socks. So I'm equipped with clothing that could get me down in colder temperatures, as well as wearing a undershirt with a surplus wool sweater. This is really an incredible time of the year. We're entering the time of spring that the Anishinaabe in this area refer to as the sugar moon. Now, this is when the Anishinaabe and their traditions, and they go into what is called the sugar bush. Now, the sugar bush is the maple trees. And so locally, some of the youth are taught from their elders some of their sacred traditions on how to tap the maple trees and you know, collect some of the maple syrup. Now this is really important to the Anishinaabe people. So some of you don't know Anishinaabe, they speak Ojibwe, and I have a little AI friend. Hey, Neo, can you say hello to our friends in Ojibwe?
What a great idea, Scout. Buzu, Nimiquendanag, welcome, my forest friends.
Awesome. So Ojibwe is a language that is passed down from generation to generation. It doesn't have its own alphabet, so the way that it's spelt, it is sounded out with English words. Part of their culture is to give something back. So if you take from the bush, you need to give something back to the bush, and that can even be as simple as thanking the Creator, for what He has supplied from the maple tree. That's what is really kind of neat and exciting about learning a little bit about the Anishinaabe culture is passing down these oral traditions from one generation to the next, and that's how the language and the stories and everything else carry through hundreds of years, because the elders then teach the youth, and then one day the youth become elders, and then they teach the next generation of youth. So that's really important, and it's been really exciting to learn. We're losing our sunlight behind that great big cloud. It was good to get out today. I got a late start, but I have been sick for almost 2 weeks. And I'm finally on the mend. So I think we're going to get some kit on and get out tomorrow again. So, all right, everyone, take care, and thanks again for coming out. We'll see you all in the next one. Bye now.